Mirror's Edge Catalyst, the experience of open-world freerunning. Sounds good, right? But let's imagine for a second you're under the minimum requirements for this game and you still want to get the best performance possible. What is there for you to do? Well, it's time to find out, because this is the LowSpecGamer, the series where we do not give a fuck about high resolutions, anti-aliasing, or all those things, and we figured out what else we can do to push a game to its lowest limits for maximum performance. Let's go! Okay, before we start, quick message. Do you want to get Civilization 3, 4, 5 with the DLC, and even Beyond Earth with DLC for as little as $15? Check the current Humble Bundle using the link in the description or the link in the corner. Since the channel is a Humble partner, with every bundle sold, you can help me get the funds to keep buying games to tweak. This guide is based on the research on this post of the low-end gaming subreddit by Nix. Thank you for letting me use it as a starting point. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a 2016 Frostbite 3 game, which is quickly becoming the default engine for all major EA releases. Its minimum requirements mention an i3-3250 and a 650 Ti. The game also supposedly requires a quad-core CPU. Supposedly. This is why I decided to go with the Intel Celeron G1840, which is literally the cheapest CPU I could find for the 1150 socket on my country's Amazon store. This is a dual-core CPU with no hyper-threading and an integrated intelHD GPU. As usual, we will start with all the in-game settings to the lowest, at a resolution of 720p. Internal resolution is set to 0.5. As you will imagine, this is a bit too much for the poor thing, so we start digging deeper. Like most Frostbite games, there are two things that we can do. The first is head to the main configuration file on your Documents folder, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Settings, and the file is called Prof Save Profile. There's a copy of my final configuration file in the description. In here you can disable motion blur and make sure other post effects and quality elements are set to 0. Now, you may have noticed the game has an internal resolution scaler that allows you to drop the internal resolution while keeping a readable UI. This is controlled by this line on the file. The game usually limits you to an internal resolution of half, 0.5. But in the file, you're able to specify almost any internal resolution that you want. The external resolution will be multiplied by this number. Your patience is the limit. The other thing you can experiment with is console commands. Catalyst allows you to open the game's console simply by pressing the button next to the 1 key on your keyboard, and you can use the autocomplete function or simply type list to check available commands. If you want a set of commands to load automatically, you must navigate to where the game is installed and create that user.cfg file where you can write those commands. The user.cfg I am using is also linked in the description. What I have included inside are some commands to disable some DirectX 11 features and tweak some lights, which are standard Frostbite commands, as well as manually setting the number of CPU cores. It is also a good idea to finish the file with these two commands that draw the current FPS and other information regarding your computer. That way you can always know if the file is read correctly. I invite you to explore the console and experiment for yourself. Do share if there's anything interesting that you might discover. Keep in mind that if you use all of the commands together in a computer that is very much under the minimum requirements, some odd effects may happen, as you're about to see. Welcome to a resolution so low you can see the individual pixels from time to time. While we were not able to disable every single effect, and there's some blurring effect that still happens, the performance in general is much better. Especially when you consider that this is a CPU that supposedly cannot even start the game. The background does glitches weirdly in some instances, as you're noticing right now. This is often a thing that happens when you push games in a direction that was not tested by the developer. Oh dear. Okay. Well, this is a bit too much. Surprised the game hasn't crashed. Whoa, okay. I might want to reset this. Okay, that seems to have fixed that. Wait, are her legs transparent? There's a lot of unexpected results to these changes. Although I must say, I have been running through the city for some time now, trying to get to a specific mission, and the performance I'm getting is very surprising, considering the specifications of what I'm using. I did not expect the CPU-GPU combo to be able to even start this game. Oh, that's odd. I thought there were no guns in this game. Oh, they're also transparent. That is okay. Oh boy, oh boy. No, oh no, okay. If I wanted combat, I got combat. Now I just need to run the heck away. Oh, this was a terrible idea. This was a terrible idea. I am a terrible runner. I have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm supposed to do, and I died, and I crashed the game. Okay, observation 1. Do not die. It crashes. It crashes the game. It crashes the game when you die. That is all for this video. Hopefully you can use these tips to make your experience playing this game more pleasant in a low-end computer. And if you do, consider donating in Patreon like these great people, or buying the latest Humble Bundle through the link in the corner, as these videos are actually quite expensive to keep making and I could use your support to continue. See you on the next video.